Hello pretties, welcome to Websrail. So this is the video we've all been waiting for, my makeup inventory update. So I am trying a new setup where I'm gonna try to link the photos somewhere, and if not, I'm gonna have to go back to my previous setup, which was me pausing the video, put a picture up, and then put the picture up and then come back to the video. I'm hoping that I can just have the picture up, that I can like figure how to do that, because it honestly will make this video just run smoother. Also, I feel like editing would be a little easier, but honestly, it might make it harder. I honestly don't know. We'll see. This video is a little late. It should have gone up at the beginning of the month rather than at the very end of the month, or rather the beginning of August, because I think I'm going to post it on Tuesday, so August 2nd. It should have gone up at the beginning of July. But it is what it is. It's here. It's my mid-year check-in. So I'm not even sure where to start. Let's start, I guess, with the first items, and I have foundations. I have 4 foundations currently, and at the beginning of the year I had 7, and now I have 4. And my goal was to be at 4, so we're right where I'm supposed to be at. Although, to be quite honest, I think I'm going to change my goal and make my goal now 3, because I am trying to project pan one of those foundations. So we're making adjustments on those goals as we're going along as well. Okay, for concealer, I had 3 at the beginning of the year, and now I have 4. One of them is actually 2 of them are backups, and 2 of them are actual concealers. I'm really close on finishing both of those concealers, so this number should go down to 2, although if I might finish another concealer by then, and I might repurchase them. I'm technically only using 2 concealers. I just have 2 backups. I'm really close on being done with my 2 that I'm currently working on, so there's that. My goal is to be a 2, so I'm gonna keep it at that, which is a 2 that I keep using. Color correcting, I was a 2 at the beginning of the year. I am currently at 3, and my goal is to be at 1. Technically, it's all the same one. It's just that I have 2 backups for the 1 that I have. I'm not too worried about it. I'm gonna eventually use them up. Hopefully by the time the end of the year comes around, I'm only gonna have 1, maybe 2. Honestly, there's not a lot of product in that one from Ulta, so I might go through it really quickly. Okay, for primers, goal was to be at 2. I am currently at 2, and I was at 2, so nothing really's changed there, and it's probably gonna stay the same. If I feel like I'm running low on one of the primers, I'm gonna have a backup. But I just finished my e.l.f. Putty primer, and I just opened the one that's in a photo, so we're looking pretty good. Bronzer, I had 7 at the beginning of the year, and I finished 4 of them. I'm currently at 3. My goal was to be at 4, because I honestly didn't think I was gonna finish that many, so I'm shocked. Let's just put it that way. I'm honestly pretty shocked, but I'm actually gonna make my goal 2, because I am currently working on one of those bronzers, which is not a full size. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish it by the end of the year, but that's going to be the goal, is to finish that one, the one from the Samantha March and Ofra palette. So that's the goal. And one of them is technically a backup, and it's the Milani, which is my favorite powder bronzer. So I just want to finish the one from that palette from Samantha March, so I can use one that I actually really enjoy. Okay, blush. This is the one where it just went downhill. I had 17 at the beginning of the year. The goal was to be at 15, and I'm currently at 23. Technically, I only brought 2 products in, and that's gonna be the Moon Prism blush palette, which I count every individual blush as 1, and I also brought in the a liquid blush from Rare Beauty. Although I did finish another liquid brush from Rare Beauty, but I mean, I guess those canceled out. It's just that palette really kind of put me over the edge with blushes. I am currently working on 2 of them. I actually think that I could potentially get this down to 21 by the end of the year. However, I don't like the number 21, so I'm gonna put 20, and I know it's not realistic. I just like the number 20 better than 21. But that's what we're gonna work towards. Powders, I had 2 at the beginning of the year. I currently have 5, technically. I'm only actually using 2 of them, but they're backups. The other 3, as I mentioned before, I think that the number 7 ones are getting really difficult to find, so I just figured I might as well just buy a couple, and I really like that one. I'm getting really close on finishing both of the ones that I'm currently working on, so I feel like this number will have gone down to 3 by the end of the year, but I'm gonna keep my goal still at 2, because my goal is really only to have those 2. Is just I'd have backups of those 2 that I use nothing really changed there. Okay, for highlighters, we actually did pretty good. I had 14 at the beginning of the year. I currently have 11. And that's because one at the beginning of the year was really close to being done, which is the Wet n Wild one. I just recently finished my Fenty Beauty one, so that's another one. And I decluttered my Maybelline one to my sister, so I only have 11 now. Now I'm currently working on my mini deluxe size from Becca. And my goal is actually to have this to be at 10, and I actually think that's very realistic for me, so I'm gonna keep my goal at 10. So yeah, and setting spray, this one almost never changes. When I'm getting close to being done, I buy a backup, but I had one at the beginning of the year. My goal was 1. I'm currently at 1. It's gonna stay at 1. So no worries there. All right, for eyeshadow primers, I had 2 at the beginning of the year. My goal is to be at 2. I currently have 3, and that's because my Milani one is really close to being done. I'm literally just scraping the last bits of it out, and I have a backup ready to go. So this number will go down to 2 at the end of the year, so the goal stays the same. For brow products, I started at 1, goals to be at 1, and I'm currently at 2. I'm almost done with my brow gel, so I have my backup ready to go because, like I said, I'm almost done with it. I'm like really scraping the sides when I'm trying to use it. So there's that. Mascara, I want to be at 1. Goal is to be 1, and I currently have 3. This number will go down to 1 by the end of the year, or whenever that happens, because I'm going to dispose of my current mascara at the end of August, and then I'm only gonna have 2 left. Obviously, I'm gonna finish that one obviously by the end of the year because I'm only using them for 4 months, and then by the time the beginning of January, I'm only gonna have the 1. So I really just want to have 1. It's just there's always sales with Essence mascaras, like buy 2 get 1 free, things like that. So that's usually how I buy my mascaras, and then usually by the end of the year, I'm done with them. But that's what happened. I made a purchase for mascara and it was on sale. Same thing happened with the color correctors, which is why I had so many from Ulta. I think it was buy 2 get 1 free, so I bought 3. It's just how it happens. Okay, eyeliners. I have 4 at the beginning of the year. I have 4 right now. My goal is to be at 3. I really hope that I can get that one from Makeup For. Is it Makeup For or is it Urban Decay? I think it might be Urban Decay. Yeah, Urban Decay. I really want to get this little one down from Urban Decay. So fingers crossed I can get it done, because I already have another black eyeliner from ColourPop that I want to use that one, and then I will have my 3 eyeliners, and that's really all I need. So there's that. Single shadows, we started the year 59. I currently have 78. The goal was to be at 75. I did want to grow and invest in my single shadows, and I feel like I did that. I don't want to really purchase any more single shadows. I definitely want to, put a stop to that. I have finished like 2 single shadows this year so far, I think. So I don't think I'm gonna finish any more this year because I'm focusing on other shadows in my palettes right now to actually like finish. So I don't think this number is gonna move, but so long as I don't bring any more in, I'm not too worried about it. I just don't want to bring any more single shadows. So that's that. I know I blew my goal already, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Eyeshadow palettes. I was at 27 at the beginning of the year. I'm currently my goal was 30, and I'm currently at 29. I have decluttered 3 palettes, and I think I've brought in 5. So that somehow balanced out. If I do well with my Project Pan palette, which I think I would, because I'm really actively this Q3, I'm really focusing on my Panda palette. So I'm hoping that I can get that Panda palette not necessarily completely done, but done to the point where I don't want to use anymore and it will go in the trash. So that number will go down to 28. I may or may not bring any more eyeshadow palettes in this year. I'm just honestly not sure. I'm also in the process of trying to combine 2 eyeshadow palettes into 1, and that is my Wild Nothings and my Sweet Talk palette. So if that's the case, that potentially could go back down to 27. I honestly just, with my palettes, it's a big, I don't know. But I'm not over 30, and that's really what I was scared of, so we're good, I guess, for now. Lip balms, I had 2 at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be at 1, and I'm currently at 1. This is not a category that I see changing very much, just because I only have 1 night lip balm that I use at a time. So there's that. Lip liners, I had 3 at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be at 3. I'm currently at 4. I just bought a lip liner from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is actually the perfect shade to make up for Christmas. It like matches Christmas almost perfectly. Christmas from L'Oreal Los Angeles, a liquid lipstick, which is now discontinued, and I've been wanting to look for a dupe, so I went to Sephora and I bought this 3, which are pretty close dupes for that one, and somehow all 3 together make a good one. I will say, I admit it, these 2 bad makeup purchases. These are both over $20. This is from KVD and this was from Hourglass. And there's 0.03 ounces each. There is like nothing in these things, and they're so expensive. So again, bad purchases were made, but I really love that liquid lipstick, and I didn't want to miss out on it because I'm really close to being done with it. So there's that. My goal, I'm just gonna change my goal to 4. I honestly don't mind having 4 lip liners. It does not bother me at all. Lip glosses, I had 10 at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be a 10, and I'm currently at 12. This is not a category that I'm particularly worried about because I have brought in quite a few lip glosses, but I've also taken a lot out. I believe I finished at least 3. Hold on, but I'm gonna go through this. Finish products by categories. Here you go. So I finished 5 lip glosses this year so far, like actually me finishing them, and I'm almost done with this one right here from Persona. I'm like literally scraping at the sides trying to get the last bit of it because it's one of my favorite lip glosses. Also because I want to clean it out because it's another lip gloss that I lost the doe foot, so I need to switch it into a new bottle. So I want to use this one. So there's not much left. This one will for sure be gone as well. So, and I'm already know which other lip gloss I'm gonna plan on panning right after this one's done. Something that's gonna pair up with my liquid lipsticks. So I am focusing on liquid lipsticks for the last half of the year. So I don't think me going hitting to a 10, I don't think it's gonna be a hard goal so long as I don't bring any more lip glosses in. So that is something that I need to actively keep in mind of. Okay, tinted lip balms. This is one where I also got a little bit out of hand, but tinted lip balms along with lip glosses are my favorite formulas, lip formulas to use, especially if they're more pigmented. That's just what I like the most. That being said, I had 4 at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be a 3, and I'm currently at 8. I think 3 was not realistic, considering I also said I wanted to bring some tinted lip balms in. I have finished a few. I'm curious now just to check how many. So I finished 3 tinted lip balms this year so far. I've just brought in a lot of them. I know not too long ago I placed a ColourPop order and I bought 4. And then I bought one from Milani. I really wasn't sure what it was, and then once I opened it I realized, oh, it's a tinted lip balm. But I did buy those, and then I bought the one from Tarte, which I realized is not actually the one that went viral. There's another one that went viral from Tarte. It looks similar, which is what I thought it was it. But I actually really like the formula. That's another poor makeup purchase, but that's okay. That one, I don't mind. I like my tinted lip balms, to be honest, and I know I can go through them if I put my mind to them because there's not a lot of product in them usually. It's not something that I'm currently actively trying to pan, so I'm gonna leave my goal at 8. And I think for next year, I'm actually gonna try to expand this one, the goal, because what I really need to pare down on is my liquid lipsticks and my bullet lipsticks. So let's go to that. So bullet lipsticks, I had 6 at the end of the year. My goal was to be a 3. I'm currently at 10. Clearly something went wrong. Like I said, I've been very actively trying to focus on finding replacements for that L'Oreal Los Angeles Christmas liquid lipstick because my favorite, and like I'm running out and it's discontinued, so I can't repurchase it. That being said, I did buy this 2 liquid bullet lipsticks, and I bought another one from Odin's Eye that's close enough but not quite the same either. And then I bought one from Jason Wood just because I wanted to try Jason Wood. Was at Target, and I'm like, I just want to try it, and one bullet lipstick's not gonna kill me, especially not because something that a bullet lipstick is something that I can actually get through relatively quickly if I were to focus on it. It's just I haven't really been focusing on my bullet lipsticks. I am currently focusing on one of them, but there's that. So my goal realistically should be 9, but I'm actually gonna put 8 just because I don't like the number 9. So again, this is not a goal that I think I'm gonna meet, but I would like to. Okay, Liquid lipsticks. I had 9 at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be at 5. I'm currently at 12. And I know exactly where this came from. This came from the L'Oreal Los Angeles Valentine's Day collection that she dropped. I bought all 3 of them. That's where the number went to 12. I actually think that I can probably get myself back down to 9. Just because I am actively working on 3 liquid lipsticks. One of them I haven't played with too much, but I have been using it. The other ones, the Colourpop and Christmas, I've actively been trying to use up. Christmas has almost no product left, so I'm pretty confident I can finish that one. Colourpop and Cabana from L'Oreal Los Angeles, those are the ones where I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna finish them, or if I don't finish them, I'm gonna be really damn close on finishing them. I will say Cabana, I like to wear nudes more in the fall and winter time rather than the spring and summer. So I haven't really played with that one too much. I think I wore like once or twice. It's just not the colors that I gravitate for. But because the nude, it's really easy to use. So I feel like once I start focusing and I start wearing more of those colors, it'll be easier to pair up with, and I should be able to finish it. I am actively working on Coral Pop because summer is really the time to wear those coral deep orangey reds, and I feel like if I don't use it now, I'm never gonna use it. But still, I actually don't know that I'm gonna finish it, but I am actively trying my hardest to use that as much as possible, also because it really matches with my Panda palette, so there's that. I'm gonna make the goal here 10 instead of 5 because 5, like I said, is not realistic. But I'm hoping I can get below then, but we'll see. All right, nail polishes. I had 10 of them at the beginning of the year. I have 20. The goal is to be at 20, and I'm currently at 8. Although I am actually really close on finishing 2 of them. I haven't been wearing nail polish the last week or 2. That's because I've been hitting my hands for whatever reason, and then like got them all cut, so I need them to like grow out so I can actually wear nail polish again. Which has stopped some of my progress, but I'm really close on finishing the green one that's there, as well as the kind of like glossy one. I'm actually thinking about putting the glossy one on top of my nails right now, even though my nails are not doing so hot, just so I can just get it done, because I think I only have 1 use left. It would be nice to just get it done. So there's that. This one, I will actually want to finish all of them by the end of the year. I'm not including my light slackers nail polishes that I bought earlier this year, even though I technically do own them in the Eyeliner collection, and that's because they're completely hidden away from me. I don't want to see them because I don't want to get them in my head that I have them, because I want to get all of this done. We'll see. We'll see. Just that's a big, I don't know. So currently the amount of total makeup products that I own is 230. I was at 193 at the beginning of the year, and then based on my goals, I should have been at 216. So yeah, that's not, I mean, it may happen. I'm gonna have to keep my spending under control and keep trying to get a lot of product out, which I will say I've been doing a good job of getting product out. Total eyeshadows that I owned is 423 at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be at 500, and that's because I wanted to include, I knew I was going to get more palettes, and I wanted to add additional single shadows. I'm currently at 453. There's definitely a discrepancy here. I'm not really too worried about it, but I technically have only added 30 more eyeshadows to my collection. Technically. Now this next one, we might as well just throw it out the window. But I had 3.88% of pan in my collection at the beginning of the year. My goal was to be at 6. Okay. And I'm currently at 265. The reason for it is because a lot of the things that I do have pan on, I've actually finished. I finished a couple of single shadows. I have finished a Colourpop single shadow. I finished a cream base from Colourpop that was just to like set my eye base. And honestly, if I finish the shades that I want to from my Panda palette, that's going to be more shadows that have pan in them that are going to be out of my collection. So my pan percentage is going to go low. And the reason for it is because I've actually getting palettes out. And even if you're taking pans out, it's not like it's gonna make up for it because you're actually just taking the actual pan itself out. I hope that makes sense. I don't think it did, but what I'm trying to say is I pretty much just gave up on this one, so y'all might as well too. But I currently have 2.65% pan in my collection, and this number will drop lower by the end of the year if I'm successful at finishing the shadows that I want to finish, because I have at least 3 more shadows in my Panda palette that I want to finish, and I have 1 single shadow from Colourpop that I want to finish at Super Shock. So this number will, don't worry about it. Alright, now total makeup items, because I did have nail polishes and whatnot before. At the beginning of the year, I have 183. The goal was to be at 196. I'm currently at 222. Yeah, we might as well give up on this one too. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That is everything for today. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.